Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your trusted hub for verified currency insights, real-time economic updates, and strategic guidance on IQD and VND developments. As of May 28, 2025, the financial community is witnessing a landmark shift. After years of anticipation, speculation, and scattered rumors, a confirmed and authenticated development has emerged, one that could reshape the entire exchange process for the Iraqi Dinar IQD and Vietnamese Dong VND. The most significant update? A verified list of approved financial institutions has been officially released. This list identifies which banks are fully authorized to handle IQD and VND exchanges under new international compliance protocols. This is not hearsay. It's a regulatory milestone backed by international banking authorities, the Central Bank of Iraq, and foreign exchange compliance partners. For currency holders and investors, this news marks the transition from speculation to structure. For the first time, the exchange process will be governed by strict rules and institutional oversight. This reduces fraud risk and brings long-awaited legitimacy to the revaluation ecosystem. In the midst of this shift, analyst Pimpy commented on broader geopolitical tensions, citing a recent headline about Iran's involvement in Iraq and potential threats to the Christian community. He emphasized that President Trump, known for defending religious freedom, would likely take swift and decisive action if such persecution occurred. Pimpy warned that a negative scenario could lead to heavy sanctions, further reinforcing the critical timing of Iraq's reform path. Returning to the confirmed exchange infrastructure, it's important to note that only a limited set of institutions have met the requirements. These banks weren't chosen arbitrarily. They underwent comprehensive, multi-layered audits, security screenings, and were evaluated for strict compliance with international anti-fraud and financial transparency standards. This means any attempt to exchange IQD or VND outside of these vetted channels may result in rejection, scrutiny, or even legal consequences. Currency holders must now prioritize working only with these approved entities. The era of relying on unverified forums, speculative YouTube channels, or outdated blog posts is officially over. For those who've been waiting for real direction, this is it. The roadmap is no longer theoretical. It's documented, institutionalized, and backed by regulators. Investors should not make the mistake of assuming that large or global banks are automatically approved. Many recognizable institutions did not make the list due to failure to meet updated criteria. This isn't a punishment, it's a protection mechanism. Iraq has a long and complex financial history involving manipulation, inconsistent policies, and banking instability. This new system aims to fix those weaknesses. By filtering and narrowing the number of eligible banks, the government is actively restoring trust in the currency exchange process. Each approved institution went through a full review of its operations, historical performance, cybersecurity measures, and adherence to international banking law. These weren't ceremonial checks. They were vital checkpoints for safeguarding the legitimacy of the revaluation. If your bank or broker cannot provide written proof of approval, it's time to rethink your next steps. Any unauthorized exchanges or backdoor routes are no longer viable and could put your finances at serious risk. This move isn't about exclusion. It's about safety, sustainability, and preparing Iraq's financial system to join the global marketplace with confidence. The shift also introduces a tiered exchange framework. Analysts suggest that not all banks will offer the same exchange rate. Approved banks with superior compliance infrastructure and global financial partnerships may offer more favorable rates. Those aligned with lower-tier or secondary institutions may face reduced returns, longer processing delays, or more bureaucratic steps. This adds an urgent dimension to the situation. Investors who align themselves early with compliant banks stand to benefit significantly, both in terms of financial return and transactional efficiency. Investors in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom should pay particular attention to this development. While the newly released list includes a mix of Iraqi domestic banks and selected international partners, many popular global banks have not yet been approved. This means assuming your financial institution is eligible simply based on brand reputation or size could lead to unexpected barriers. To avoid delays or complications, you need to take proactive steps now. Contact your bank, request a meeting with a branch manager or compliance officer, and ask the key question: is this institution approved by the Central Bank of Iraq to conduct IQD and VND exchanges under the newly announced international compliance standards? If the answer is uncertain or evasive, treat it as a red flag. Demand documentation. Ask for a referral to an affiliated institution that is approved. Get it in writing whenever possible. Some banks may participate indirectly through partnerships, but these arrangements should be secured ahead of time, not during the rush of official rollout. This is not merely about access, it's about positioning. Analysts tracking the situation anticipate that tiered exchange rates may be implemented. That means rates could differ based on each bank's compliance rating, digital readiness, and regulatory alignment. Investors working with top-tier institutions may be offered better exchange terms, while those dealing with secondary or unapproved providers might face reduced returns or prolonged processing times. This makes immediate action essential. Start your documentation now. Collect proof of currency purchase, personal ID, tax records, and account details for the receiving bank. If your institution isn't approved, set up an account with one that is. Waiting could cost you time, money, and opportunity. Additionally, anticipate a massive influx of demand once the exchange process opens to the public. Processing systems at approved banks may become overloaded, appointment availability could vanish, and transaction bottlenecks might emerge. The earliest movers will benefit from smoother experiences and potentially better rates. Alongside this institutional shift, there is another threat investors must be aware of: fraud. As public awareness of this revaluation surges, scammers will look to exploit vulnerable or uninformed individuals. Be wary of unsolicited offers, fake exchange platforms, unlicensed agents, or too-good-to-be-true rates. Professional-looking websites, counterfeit logos, falsified endorsements, and deepfake videos are increasingly used to trick victims. Do not share your personal details, documentation, or financial information with anyone unless they are verifiably listed on the central bank's approved exchange institution list. To protect yourself and maximize your position, follow these 5 critical steps. Confirm your bank's approval status. Don't assume. Gather all required documentation, proof of purchase, valid ID, tax ID, and receiving account. Create a backup plan if your bank isn't approved. Open an account with one that is. Act early, beat the crowd, avoid delays, and improve your processing priority. Stay informed, follow only verified sources and official channels like the Central Bank of Iraq or your country's regulatory authority. Remember, this is not just a financial transaction, it's a transition. Iraq's move to restrict currency exchanges to vetted institutions is already reducing black market activity, curbing scams, and increasing national financial stability. This marks a critical leap toward global financial integration. The economic impact goes beyond investors. Local Iraqi communities will gain greater access to formal banking, digital tools, and financial services. Price volatility will decline, investment flow into Iraq will increase, and most importantly, a secure financial ecosystem will benefit every level of society, from government officials to small business owners. This measure is a strategic rebranding by the Iraqi government. It tells the world Iraq is done with economic uncertainty and is ready for long-term, secure engagement with international markets. For investors, it signals a matured, more dependable landscape. For citizens, it promises better financial security and hope for future prosperity. Although no official launch date for the exchange has been declared yet, reliable sources report that preparations are entering the final stage. Security protocols are set, infrastructure is in place, internal testing is ongoing. We are now in the pre-launch phase, the moment just before things go public. Once activated, only those who are truly ready will be able to move swiftly. Treat this moment as your final rehearsal. Once the systems go live, hesitation may result in missed opportunities or lost positioning. At Iraqi Dinar News, we'll continue to bring you fact-based, up-to-date guidance every step of the way. Subscribe, share, and stay vigilant. Your preparation today will determine your results tomorrow. This isn't just about exchanging notes. It's about embracing a new era of economic empowerment. The next chapter has already begun. Make sure you're ready to turn the page.